What's up, everybody? It's Robert Trolling in Paradise. Back on our album review, I'm going to be reviewing the new album from The Rolling Stones, Foreign Tongues, which I just picked up. Yep. Here's the front cover. It looks like one of those Mad Magazine covers. Here's the back. It's got track listing, a bunch of stuff written on the wall. Here's the fold-out zone. Got pictures of the band members from the studio. There's some of the guys involved here. Got the guitar player, Keith Richards. I think that's Ronnie Wood right there. Mick Jagger, definitely, he's amazing. I love his vocals here. I'll show you the booklet. Here's the booklet. It's got the album art on there. It's got this on the back. I can open it up here. It's got lyrics. It's got the Tongue and Lips logo on this flap there. More lyrics. I think it's all lyrics in there. Yep, lyrics. More lyrics. Yep, same thing, lyrics. And the last bit of lyrics in there, and some liner notes. And some credits here. And the credits here. And this again. And there you go. Oh, shit. Knocked the thing, bumped it over a little bit here. Pull out these. I gotta push the disc out because I gotta show you the disc. Gotta get the disc out so I can show you guys here. Trying to get the disc out here. Sorry about that. Here's the disc. It's just got the Tongue and Lips logo and a yellow background, and that's about it. Not really nothing much really interesting on that disc though. But yeah, obviously the Rolling Stones. This is the follow-up to Hackney Diamonds from 2023, which I reviewed, and actually caught them live on the tour for that album when they rolled through Vancouver a couple years ago. They were incredible live. Mick Jagger still able to move around. And by the way, he and Keith Richards are the two songwriters and the only original members remaining in the band. Second album from this band after the passing of longtime drummer Charlie Watts, who plays on one of the songs on this record, and it's his last recording that he ever did. Anyway, I'm going to go over the track listing now. Track 1 is called Rough and Twisted. That was the first single. They actually released it under the pseudonym The Cockroaches. And for this album, they released all 14 songs. They put visualizers in on YouTube. And they shot the visualizers across parts of the planet, including in Tokyo for the most part, too. In the Stars is the second single. I really love that one. Kind of reminds me of what they were doing back in the 70s, like the stuff on Black and Blue and Some Girls from 78, which really love that album, Some Girls. I think that's a good album, too, with Miss You, When the Whip Comes Down, Beast of Burden, Jealous Lover. That's the third single release. That one kind of gives me a bit of it sounds a bit like Emotional Rescue with the falsettos that Mick was doing. But Mick Jagger is 82 years old, and he'll be 83 this month on July 26th. And yeah, and it's really shocking that he still sounds great for his age. Mr. Charm, really fun, kind of gives me a bit of that Dirty Work era vibe, like One Hit to the Body from that record from 86. Divine Intervention, really good as well. Another trip back to the 70s for that song. Ringing Hollow. This one is 5 minutes and 18 seconds long, and it is the country sounding song in the record. Gives me a bit of that Faraway Eyes vibe. And it's great to hear that they brought back a bit of that country sound on this one after it was absent from the last record. Never Want to Lose You. Another great one goes back to takes us on a trip back to 1972 with Exile on Main Street, the Dolo, or even the one prior to that, Sticky Fingers, which I'm actually wearing the shirt. That's the title on there. Yeah, it didn't have the artwork on there with the blue jeans on the front, which would have been cool if I got that t-shirt. Not sure where you're going to be able to get one like this. I got this shirt at Sunrise and actually bought the CD at Sunrise today, though. But I got this a while ago, though, the shirt about a while ago. But I got this today, the CD. Hit Me in the Head, the last recording ever from Charlie Watts, and it's the shortest song on the record at 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Give me a bit of that vibe from having the last record, Bite My Head Off, well, minus the distorted bass, which was played by Paul McCartney, which he does play on this album on one of the songs I'll mention later. Next up is the absolutely atrocious cover of You Know I'm No Good, originally by Amy Winehouse. Although Mick Jagger does do a pretty good job adding in the harmonica on there, which was not on the original. The harmonica part at the beginning was pretty cool. But Mick Jagger trying to sing an Amy Winehouse song, I don't know about that. But yeah, Amy Winehouse is rolling in her grave right now. If she were alive, she probably would have criticized that song, that cover, to be honest with you. It's been 15 years now since she passed away, and it's still pretty sad that she died way too young at only 27 years old. Some of Us is one of the ballads, and this, unfortunately, is sung by Keith Richards. Oh my god, I fucking hate Keith Richards' singing voice. It's annoying as fuck. It sounds like Bob Dylan on meth. But even worse, but I hate Bob Dylan's voice even more than Keith Richards, to be honest with you. But yeah, Keith sounds a bit like Bruce Springsteen on points, so, which I do like Bruce Springsteen's voice. But yeah, Keith Richards trying to sound like Bruce Springsteen, not so much. In reality, he kind of sounds a bit more like Bob Dylan, though. Except Bob Dylan is way more ear-piercing than that. Covered in You is track 11 that has Paul McCartney playing bass on it. And yeah, it's really cool. Side Effects is really cool. It's kind of poppy. Kind of reminds me of what they were doing on Hackney Diamonds. Of course, this, by the way, was produced by Andrew Watt, who played guitar on a good chunk of this album. And also Steve Winwood plays organ on some of the songs too. Steve Winwood of Traffic and Spencer Davis Group. Back in Your Life. Really cool. It's the longest song on the record, almost 6 minutes long. It's got Steve Winwood on the organ and this one, and he does an amazing job on the organ. And the final song is Beautiful Delilah. It's a bluesy, country-sounding foot stomper cover song, originally done by Chuck Berry. And that cover, to close it out, the bluesy, country stomper of a cover, with Chad Smith playing the bass drum. Chad Smith of Red Hot Chili Peppers playing the bass drum. We got that amazing slide guitar work from Keith Richards. And the amazing singing of Mr. Mick Jagger is amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna guess 9 out of 10. The only downside being that stupid Amy Winehouse cover, and of course Some of Us, which is sung by Keith Richards. Yeah, it's a really good album. I think it's better than Hackney Diamonds, in my opinion. Though Hackney Diamonds did have a couple of good songs I liked, like Bite My Head Off, Mess It Up, and of course, Sweet Sound of Heaven, which had Lady Gaga doing guest vocals on it. And when I saw them a couple years ago, they did play Sweet Sounds of Heaven to start the encore, and then close it out with I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Because they don't play Brown Sugar anymore live, which is a freaking bummer. I really like that song that opens Sticky Fingers. it really sucks that the folks in 2021 had to ask them to stop playing. Actually, the band decided to stop playing it after all the controversies because that entire first verse. But yeah, that whole first verse did not age well, and neither did that final verse. Final verse was, "I'll bet your mama was a tent show queen, and all her boyfriends were sweet 16." Oh my god, those lyrics are cringy and disgusting. But yeah, that'll do it for now. I'll see you later.